Hello and welcome to Drawing Under the Influence with your host Daffyd Killerfish Wagstaff and my guidance counsellor Matthew Squato Waddingham. He's going to be telling me what to draw. If you have not seen the episodes or any of these episodes before, this is how it works. We have a certain number of images for me to draw. I pick one of them at random. Squato tells me what it is. But before I actually start getting around to drawing it, I have to take a drink. Once I've taken a drink, I have 10 minutes in which to draw the image, and it can be anything. As you can see from last episode we did, we had dragons and slime girls, so it could be anything.
Food.
Yes. So let me just top my drink up a little bit here. I've learnt the trick. Pour the glass on its side when I'm pouring. That way I don't get so much of a fizzy thing.
How did you not know that trick beforehand?
I did, it's just I wasn't thinking about it because I don't think about things like that at all. So, we've done 6 and 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the max. Number 12. Let me finish my drink though. Woof. Started on that already. Right, so number 12. What have we got, Squato?
Person goes to obedience school, they are TF.
Person goes to an obedient school, they are TF'd. Okay, right.
Can be an obedient school for, say, ones that, well, technically more like a finishing school, or could be a doc's obedient school. It can be anything, so whatever you want to go with.
I think I've got an idea for it. Right. Do we have the timer up?
Yes.
And let me get on the right layer before I start drawing. I've made this mistake several times before in previous ones. Ready?
Yep.
Go.
So, yeah, basically that's some of the crap that happens in the movie. And then, of course, with these guys being stuck behind while everyone else gets to enjoy doing it in a location with, food, running water, things like that. These guys basically get stuck behind on in the installation, and then they basically decide to explore it a little bit, even though they don't want to. But they do it for plot reasons. So this leads to the biggest example of stupid people have. For the record, at one point, people would sort of defend this point like this movie by saying, "Oh look, these people are natural explorers. These people are scientists," and it's always a general point that they'll go out and explore things and take a look at stuff for their own accord, which is totally why, in reality, the scientists that you'll always see tend to never explore with robotics or doing things from a distance, because that would make no sense.
Yes.
That's why no one gives a shit about what the opportunity probes are doing, or the opportunity probe, the next generation of it, which is being rolled out by NASA, or the other probes like that. Or Curiosity probes, that's the other one I'm trying to think of, but yeah. Because opportunity has been going for around 11 years now. Yay, science!
Yay.
So, yeah. So what happens? Well, basically this is the point where they go,
I don't want to do that. That's just too complicated. It's taking too much
time.
Yeah, I need the time.
Officially, clock's out the window, apparently. So you done fucked up. So yeah, what happens is basically they go into this place, and then they see something in the water which they describe as being like a snake. This is the penis vagina monster.
Right, what's my time, sorry?
Your time is 2 minutes 35.
2 minutes 35. That I've done, or...
Yeah. You've done. But you also want to throw some second one, so whatever.
Why is the music still not playing? Sorry.
So, yeah.
I'm going to go
And
with
there
that
is one-
for the image. If you're actually taking a look, you would see where I'm going with this.
Yeah. So what? So yeah, basically that's how it starts. So they have this creature, this female, and it rises up. Now, normally, when something that looks like a snake rises up to when something approaches it, that's not because it's a friendly. It wants to be friendly. That tends to be a warning of, if you come too close, I will attack. Especially due to the fact that what does it do next? Well, it opens itself up. For the record, it was described as being a female when it looked like a penis.
Yeah, that worked well.
Because of force. And then it opens itself up. And yes, the guy wants to basically hug it, go over and poke it and hug it and kiss it and stretch or nice and all this type of stuff. And then get surprised when, it attacks.
Yeah.
Which does lead to a bit of hilarity of the other guy basically mocking his friend because of the fact that it's his own stupidity. Except then he suddenly thinks, oh wait, this is not so, this is suddenly a bit serious when he sees his friend's arm break. So he decides, okay, now I'm going to cut the creature. Which leads to him getting thrown with acid and then turns into a zombie.
Of course it does.
This also is where it gets particularly stupid because behind the scenes,
Time?
they refilm. Time is 4:40. Yeah, that's also particularly stupid because behind the scenes, they actually refilmed the segment with the guy on there, the scientist, who turned into the zombie creature.
Yeah.
They apparently decided that let's just redo it because we can make it look better. So they reshot the whole segment.
Of course they
The
did.
problem is, it doesn't look good. The original one actually kind of looked more alien-y and otherworldly.
Time.
The new version,
Sorry. I'm going to...
you're really focused on your time. 5:30. Again, you have extra time. I'm not actually saying what the extra time is. I don't know what time you want to call it. I'm just saying that technically that's your time down.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah. Basically, that's what happens there.
Okay.
These people are idiots.
So, yeah, I kind of went off into my own thing with this because they didn't say anything at all. This
Yeah, I know.
may or may not be a famous character with a lightning bolt scar. And because
So it's Sherry Shocker.
Larry Snotter. We resemble but are legally distinct from.
I'll come back to that.
um,
So yeah. The rest of the film is basically all the dumb stuff. Oh yeah, bit on the side, the main female character,
yeah.
she's the one who created this whole expedition because she believes science. Or as I like to say, fuck you, bitch.
We're horrible people.
Well, the film is horrible. because of the fact that, look, he has something terrible that always happens in these type of films. He has sex with her fiancée, who, as it turns out, was infected. Well, it was a bit of an ask to the robot that was basically being told to him, which I'm going to give credit to Michael Fassbender.
Mm-hmm.
He actually shows that he's good at doing those type of characters. It also shows that Wayland has very shit ideas when it comes to programming their robots or their
Of
androids.
course they do. That wouldn't surprise me.
There's also a little bit where you can kind of see the logic of what they were doing, but it just doesn't make sense.
Do I have time to throw some shading on this or not?
Go for it. You've probably got about 2 minutes more, whatever. I mean, this is kind of I have no idea what time you needed because you had to correct. Go crazy.
I'm actually going to leave it there then, because I've got the feeling I'm very close to the end, and I don't want to get too into it, so I will sign it. I will track down why there is no music coming out of my thing, and we will get some proper music going.
You will hug it and kiss it and name it George.
Of course I will. And
The boys will be the dog that walks.
yes. Rough.
That's
There we
what
go.
you could have stuck in the background.
There we
Roll
go.
them all.
Some nice music in the background. Right, so we all know what time it is now. It's time for me to take another drink, and we've taken it to the max. So, to the max, to the moon, and
The whalers on the moon, we carry our 15.
although there ain't no well, so we tall tales and sing something.
Yeah, that's what I love. That little detail at the end of that episode, or towards the end of it, is when they actually find the lunar lander, and people are like, wait, didn't the lunar lander return to Earth? And then in the actual inside, you see just in the background,
Returned by the
safety
Historical Sticklers Society.
Yep. Of 25, 45 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because people actually complain about that going, that shouldn't be there. Really, you didn't notice it for that small little detail that they shoved in there just for people who are going to pay attention.
People at Futurama are good people.
Yep. They're all nerds.
This is Johann Strauss playing in the background at the moment. Hang on, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but
Music.
no, it's pronounced. Hang on, let it pop up for a second. Die Zugeren Baron, the Gypsy Baron.
Okay.
Right, so I've taken it to the max. I think it's only fair that we take it to the minimum now. Second burp.
Well argued.
So, what am I got to do?
Six is gone, seven's gone, and then 12.
Yeah, so number one I'm talking about.
Ah, you're doing number one.
Yes. That's what I meant.
This is my apologies. I didn't know what you meant. Going back to sleep. This one is a suggestion from what that was not used last time.
Right.
Sexy Cat TF.
Sorry, Sexy Cake TF.
Hat.
Sexy Hat TF.
Cat.
Cat. Oh, right, okay.
Flying Stripe.
That would have been so much amusing if it was Sexy Cake. Right.
You have weird fetishes, boy.
No, I don't. just said it'd be amusing. Not that it was my thing. Right, have you got the timer all set up?
You have Pez on your brain, don't you?
No. Right, have you got the timer set up?
Oh, I'm going to love to see the Sniper Thomas today. And yes.
So, go.
So, yeah, basically, this is what I'm sort of saying, the stupidity of it. Michael Fassbender's android, David, runs around on the place in a spacesuit. The reason for that is just well, they don't say it. I think the best they say is that he wants to feel more human. The reason why I say they've done it, because of the fact they've probably programmed him to actually do things that make him appear to be more human to the humans, so that he doesn't seem he doesn't come across as threatening or anything like that. That's never a good sign when you're programming your robots that are meant to be trustworthy to act less threatening.
No.
So, yeah. You're going with Kate.
I'm going slightly weird here.
You're going slightly mad.
I've always been slightly mad.
So yeah, basically, he runs around the city. Now the reason why I'm saying it's stupid is he's a fucking android. He doesn't breathe.
Yeah.
So, and because this is this is meant to be early version of the android.
Yep.
People can't notice that he's actually not human. So, making him act human doesn't really make that much sense.
Nope. And we have a Zod on or a Z, or whatever we're calling him today.
Yes, and we're catching up on the movie that everyone had so much joy watching when it was on what stream? Prometheus. Or, as it's known as, why everyone felt pain. A level of pain never felt before in their lives. The film touched them in a bad spot. This is therapy for everyone.
I thought it was just therapy for you. I've never actually seen it.
Be thankful. It is insultingly bad. So yeah, this is not sort of giving an example of the insultingly bad, besides, the stupidity of the scientists.
Yes.
Sorry, the scientists that are scientists because they believe things. So,
Come on,
what?
buddy. Deselect that.
So what happens with the
No, I don't want that to happen. Something's not doing what I want it to do.
need extra time?
No. I'm going to go for this as good as I can. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, the David, his big issue is, well, what he does that makes things problematic. He decides to poison the main, the boyfriend, fiance of the main character with the viral stuff that he got from the ship.
Because that makes sense.
Actually, it does, because Wayland. Wayland's mission planning boards are always the same. Is this evil enough yet, guys? No? How can we make it more evil? Ooh, that's a good way to do things. So what if we do this? Ooh, that's super evil. What if we do this? Wait. Let me just remove the flaps, and I'll let me just start rubbing my nipples. Yep, this is starting to get evil.
Yep, something like that.
Pretty much, that's the end of their meeting. Is it evil enough yet? No, let's go more evil. Needs to be more evil, folks.
Needs more evil. Just a
Right.
smidge, not a lot.
So yeah, basically that's some activity. So the boyfriend gets infected. Or fiance. She has sex with her fiance. He feels sick because there's a little thing crawling out of his eye after the next morning.
As you
And
do.
then, yes, so he goes in, everything's alright, he's like, he's going to be fine, and then he's not so fine. And then it turns out that he's actually gotten really sick, his body is degrading, and he decides, you know what the best way to cure me of what is happening to me? Setting me alight.
As you do.
Now, they're wearing spacesuits, which are also meant to be hazard suits, and they're meant to be designed to withstand most bits of dangers and risks and things like that.
Yeah.
This is a scientific expedition, which is heavily armed. And one of the weapons that they have on there, flamethrowers.
Because.
And they yes,
Sorry.
and they use the flamethrower on the spacesuits, that's hazard suit.
Okay. Because.
Wayland.
Because Wayland. Right, sorry. We're getting comments that, Squato, you're a little bit incomprehensible. I haven't noticed it myself, but apparently you are.
We blame Skype.
Skype for not doing the job that we want it to do.
It's generally Skype seems to fuck up with this anyway. It went good before we did the recordings. Maybe it could also be the recording session. Who knows?
Don't blame the recording session. It's always Skype. And I think I'm actually near enough done here. I could probably add a splash of... Oh, screwed up bad.
Extra time.
No, it's fine.
Anyway, so yeah, this is while we're leading into it. She had sex with the boyfriend, and then the next, after he is killed, before she's able to do anything with the grieving process, she's being basically poked and prodded by David D'Angelo. She's asking, has she had sex with her the fiance? Oh look, she's 3 months pregnant, which is impressive because she only had sex 10 hours ago. So she then goes to find somewhere to get it cut out, which leads to her going to the secret medical pod, which is in the CEO of Wayland's, which is actually played by Cheryl Strong, in her room. Whit won't recognise the main character because it's not this. Now remember, the CEO of the company is a woman. She has a personal medical pod that's in her room, which is basically designed for her use only.
Yeah.
The main character is a woman. She jumps into this medical pod. It doesn't recognise her. Why? It doesn't recognise her gender.
Right, okay.
The reason for that is just because it turns out Wayland is actually still alive. He's on board the ship.
Okay, what's my time on this one, please?
8:40.
8:40. Right, I'm going to sign it there, and then I'll explain to everybody what this one was supposed to be. Right.
Rod, we're talking about Prometheus.
Yes. It's funny, because I can understand and hear Squato quite fine. Anyway, so this was meant to be sexy cat TF, I think.
Yeah.
I misheard it as sexy cake TF.
He was drunk. Or trolling.
Hat TF. Screw it. Right, let's call it there for today's episode of Drawing Under the Influence. Let me just merge with layer below, and we shall say I will thank you for watching us. If you have any suggestions for the show that you would like to see me draw, please send them to drawingundertheinfluence@gmail.com. And I've been Daffyd Killerfish Wagstaff, your artist. This has been Matthew Squato Waddingham, your person who's speaking through a Parker apparently. And we shall we shall catch up with you in the next episode.